Welcome back. It's not so bad being in the penultimate level of episode 1. I didn't mention what difficulty setting I was playing this at, but you saw in the first video it was I am Death Incarnate. So there's really 3 difficulty levels besides the easiest one being in even easier easy mode. It's really just how with most of these things are like easy, normal, hard. I chose the hardest one because it has the most enemies in it. I like when difficulty skills have to do with a change in level design rather than just fucking me over based on like health stats or something. Although some games do both of that, which I guess is technically allowed, but also super annoying. I didn't realize it until like 10 years ago, but Quake does that. I'm like, oh, you know. The stones of our fathers. Oh, that we've... Let he who is without kidneys pass the first stone. And then make blood from it. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Hey. Who's the botanist around here? You know what? I'm thinking, like, if you design something like this, you're probably, like, playing Sims and being like, okay, I put the furniture wherever, I put the books outside, I put the toilet in an awkward spot next to the bed, you know. Weird, nightmarish, chaos designs of a house. That's what this game can feel like. Where the only sense has to be that it's on a 2-dimensional plane. Well, what if I shoot double and get my Leben out of my ass? What then? What then? Aye! Alright. Is that really how you want to sound when you die? Oh, shit, man. Dude. That definitely was a good call for the chain gun. Or the game chun. Chain gun soft. Now we make Mystery Dungeon, but with even more guns. Oh, there's a thing. So there's Wolfenstein 3D Super upgrades, and like it's got 3 things. One of those things is just a huge shit ton of user sent in levels. I don't know if I'll ever get around to that. But the other thing it has is it just an automatic map generator, you know? So it's just kind of randomly generated, but still made to be somewhat consistent. So you could generate a whole set of 60 levels just on the spot for this game. That doesn't mean it's going to be the best design in the world. However, that sounds good for, you know, if I run out of ideas for streaming, I need like a backup plan at the end of the day or something. So, like, yeah, I'm thinking of ways to fill time for when I'm trying to relax, but also do something interesting. So that it's not too samey, and randomizers and stuff can fill that void pretty nicely. As long as they're not too bullshit. You know. Don't expect me to perform glitch-tastic maneuvers. I'm not a speedrunner. I never will be. But what I am is a completionist, in a sense. So you have that going for me. You know, I've seen backlogs, or there's this website called a backlog where they keep track of their progress in games. I say it sucks, because all those websites are is just someone keeping track of their collections. They're not keeping track of their game progress. I say that because achievement websites do that better. However, those are just for achievements and not for someone tracking their progress in the game. Which I guess really only legitimately you could do that is like, well, your save file data? But still. Best chance of keeping track of all that in a, like, sense is to just write a bunch of text files saying what you did. And hope you have... And depend on the honor system. If you don't lie in your text file, which you could. You could. But this is for your benefit. That's what I've done with some of these games. At least I used to until I plan to do this LP style, so, yeah. There's food on the floor. Can we pick it up, please? Can we at least put it on the table? Are we so rude as to just toss it aside? We are impolite to our prisoner guests. They deserve even less respect than that. See, the less respect you show a prisoner, the more polite it is, somehow. I don't know. I don't run a corrections facility. I like how they call it a corrections facility when there's a lot of things that happen there that aren't correct. Do you imagine? Think of the concept of correcting someone on a more visceral level, and you'll realize the horror of calling something like that. Okay, you have to stop me because I am freaking just... My hands are going places. And sometimes they hit things. So if you randomly hear noise, that was me. Sorry. If you hear some other stuff, you know, unless it's like... Unless it's really obnoxious, it might just stay in. That would not include phone calls. I'll make sure those never get in recording, just because you know it'd be too close to this microphone here, and I have to keep my phone at me. I just have to. Oh yeah, I could set it to silent mode, but I have to keep it near me. So sometimes I wonder if I could get away with doing vibrate, but the vibrate can still make more noise than it needs to when I don't put it in a better space for it to soundproof it. So yeah, usually it's just my phone is silent, and it will not scream. Look at that yellow-purple contrast. I guess that wall was kind of obvious. Here's what isn't obvious. There's more walls. And more walls. And more walls. This is going to keep going for a while. Might want to get some popcorn. Oh my friggin' god. This is what the penultimate level wants to do? Who did this? Who is responsible for this? The Brickster, of course. I knew I shouldn't have gone to Lego Island. When you build it brick by brick, when you build it brick by brick, brick by brick. You know what? I earned that one up for going through that stupid mess. But if you're gonna hide a one up, that's one way to do it. Make sure no one finds it by accident. Although I suppose you could run it by accident if you knew to push the wall between the health and wonder why nothing was there. But then you'd be doing it for a while, and then after you knew you had to do it for a while, you'd be like, yeah, I feel like I should keep going. Until there's nothing left but nothingness. And when you try to take away nothingness from nothingness, you instead implant it with something, thereby causing a universal ending breaking paradox of reality. Which is why semantics cannot cover reality. Words aren't real. Only what they describe. So yeah, that's been this video of Game Wolf Plays Wolfenstein 3D. Remember, guns don't kill people. People with guns kill people. So I guess do something about the guns anyway? I don't know, man. This is a first-person shooter game. I don't have time to talk about that here. Alright, next time.